Yo, what's good? Sorry, guys. Trying to get y'all in here.
Oh, oh,
Boom.
I'm in there.
What's
Yo,
up?
what up?
I'm trying to get Fable in here. It's being shifty with me. Can you hear me on? Can you hear me on this headphone mic?
Yeah, yeah, loud and
Okay,
clear.
cool. Word. I was trying to get it clear a little bit better than last week. It says I sent him the invite. Let's see if I can get him in here. How you been, man?
Good, good, brother. How about yourself?
I can't complain, man. Same old
I hear,
same. Yeah, good
I hear that.
week. Good week. How's your summer been so far?
Good,
Yeah,
good. I can't believe it's like almost midway July, almost.
yeah,
Time just.
dude. That's that's fact. That's facts. It really is. What's the weather like? What's the weather like in Michigan right now?
I'd say it's like 70, 70. It could be even lower than that. Let me check real quick on my tablet.
Man, it's too muggy NBA.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a little muggy here.
Yeah, it's been humid as hell. There we go.
Oh,
Boom.
hey,
What's up,
yo,
my
Hey,
brother?
what is up, guys?
yo.
Station,
How are you
station.
been?
Chilling,
How are you
chilling.
doing?
What's going on, guys?
Same
Chilling, man.
old shit, man. Same
Oh,
old.
yeah.
Thank y'all so much for joining me this evening.
Oh, of course, hell yeah. I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah, absolutely,
And
man.
not to say I wasn't last week's, but
Nah, a lot
got
of
some
news.
good stuff
A
this week.
lot of news this week. I guess we should. I guess we'll just kick. Let's just get into it. Deadpool 3. How y'all feeling about the costume reveal? Pretty fucking crazy. I mean, I'm all in. Whoever wants to take the reins,
No,
we could talk about it.
I mean, man, I saw a post today that was like, in the last 20 years we've been through, and these are some of the biggest superheroes, mind you. We've been through three different Spider-Man, three different Supermen now, three different Batman, but we've only had one Wolverine, and we've never seen him in costume. And it's something it got to a point. It's like I get it because ideally Wolverine's character doesn't fit someone that would run around in bright yellow spandex. But it's just like the comic fan in you wants to see a live action version of that one time in your life. And
So true.
they teased it in the Wolverine, and I was like, man, why couldn't he have like tried it on at least? Showed him trying it on or some shit. Saying no, this isn't for me. But to see him actually in it, I mean, I think everyone can nitpick at the certain design aesthetics that they would have, for the route they would have taken for the costume. But just to see him in it, I'm there for it, bro.
Yeah,
Man, it's
absolutely,
been
man.
a long time coming.
It was a good feeling, man. It was a good reveal. I thought it looked better than I could have hoped. I thought they really. I mean, I'm still hoping we get the mask and the whole 9 yards. I hope we
Yeah.
don't. I hope we don't shortcut it. But yeah, I'm kind of weary of like all the leaks coming from the set though. Every day we get another picture. It's almost too much of a good thing, man. Like I feel like we could use a little mystery and secrecy here. I'm
I
all
do I
for
do feel
like
that.
I like the reveals and building up, but we're still filming this thing, and it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Hey, well, how you feel about it, bro?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think I'm gonna hold off from like spoilers anymore. Like, it's kind of hard on IG to avoid the spoilers. But I'm gonna try to hold off because I think I've seen everything I needed to see. He's in the yellow costume. You could tell they're fan servicing in this one, and I'm here for it. I'm definitely want to see this send off to the Spock's universe is what I'm thinking that is going to happen here because the people there. I heard
Yeah,
Ben
that's pretty
Affleck
crazy.
and Jennifer Garner are returning as Daredevil and Elektra from those old Fox movies. So, man, yeah, I'm excited. So I'm gonna try to hold off on spoilers and just catch it.
Man, is that facts? I know Garner got confirmed. Did they confirm Affleck for Daredevil's coming back?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think so. He's not doing anything. Might as well. He's not Batman anymore. So it's like that'd be the next best thing.
Man. Yo, give me Colin Farrell's Bullseye, bro. I want that fucking wacky ass Bullseye.
Yeah.
Like that was a wild. Yeah, that was I don't know. That was a wild ass play. But yeah, I don't know. Good things. I don't know. Like I said, they can pump the brakes on the spoilers and the leaks and all that. But yeah. I don't know. And then it got. Oh, go ahead, Lynk.
I think that because I was telling some other guys earlier that like Feige has said in the past that this is kind of like a quasi mini event in terms of like Civil War, Infinity War is a mega event, but he compared it to those movies in terms of like the cameos and the scale, the scope and scale of the movie. Like this is gonna be way bigger than the last two Deadpool movies. And because they know he has like a following already, like Ryan Reynolds himself, I think they're trying to kind of like cash in on it and make it as big as possible as they integrate him into the MCU universe. But at the same time, the spoilers. I don't get me wrong. A lot of it could be saved, but I think it's like a calculated thing where they want people to be like, oh, that's gonna be in it. No, I gotta go see it, guaranteed. And instead of saving, don't get me wrong, seeing a reveal like that, like let me just know Hugh Jackman's in the movie, and then he ends up popping up in costume, I would have lost my mind, without them teasing it in pictures.
Like that was and it was, I don't know, it was, I mean, it's crazy that they gave that to us, and I'm thankful for it, but that's so true, man. Can you imagine, like, just, I don't know. And part of me kind of pines for that. I don't know. I think the multiverse angle is a tightrope to walk. You got to do it well. You got to do it like Spidey did it. You got to, I don't know. You got to play those cards right because I think too much of that you get into the Flash territory where people kind of get like OD with the cheesiness of like, and you're taking advantage of my nostalgia type shit. I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, it's, and they got to realize this isn't always working for them sometimes. I don't know. I just worry about, I don't know, that multiverse tightrope is a delicate one to walk. So I hope they can do it well. But high hopes for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree.
But the tone of Deadpool, anything fits really, right? Like anything goes in a Deadpool movie. So if they're gonna do the multiverse in any way, I'm pretty sure they're gonna lampoon the multiverse in a certain way. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure, man. It's gonna be,
They're gonna love it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely hope they keep the comedic aspect open, and like the sharp adult comedic aspect of it that they've always like had success with. I hope that's definitely there. I hope that doesn't.
I will rewatch them. Sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I rewatched the first two because the picture leaks. It got me hyped to watch the first two Deadpool movies. And I was like, man, these are pretty solid. Even on their own, like they're entertaining movies. Not without all the comic stuff. There's like it's just a good comedy action hybrid. And if they can pull off the third one, I would have never thought the Deadpool movies would be up there as some of like the strongest trilogy of comic book movies. I would have never thought that'd be something that was a thing, but it could be possible.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you saying that just made me think of Deadpool 2, that Louise Simonson podcast when she was talking about Cable. And the first time she ever saw him was on the screen. She was on a overseas flight because I guess she had a hand in creating Cable. Is that true? I don't know. I believe she did. The way she was talking about it.
I know, yeah. I think they, I know she had something to do with the run with Baby Nathan being sent off to the future with Apocalypse.
Yeah, or maybe she had a hand in that like run he had by himself. I think post Liefeld. I don't know. Anyway,
okay.
But she was talking about being on being on the airplane, but she didn't have any headphones for the movie, so she couldn't watch it. But she said she'd look up on the screen from time to time and see Cable and be like, "Oh man, he looks cool." I just thought it was a crazy story for a creator to kind of see their creation for the first time on a movie without headphones. Yeah. I don't know. All right, so staying on the Marvel thing, Secret Invasion. Link, did you watch? Fable. I don't know if are you watching Secret Invasion?
Yeah, no, I haven't
Link,
seen it yet.
did you catch a new episode?
I did.
What'd you think?
Episode
What'd
4.
you think? Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I didn't really care for the first 2 episodes, but last episode started to pick up some momentum, and I think this episode carried that momentum. Without revealing too much, there was a fake out last episode, and I think there's another fake out this episode.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say, But it's been solid, better than this series has made me think like, I know a lot of people there have been some people who think these have kind of been half-assed, and to some degree they have been. But it's like, it's cool that these, like, we would have never got a more intimate, smaller moment of Nick Fury without this show, So it's like cool that the shows can do little things like that. Like even someone like Hawkeye, we only saw him in the background always being a badass in the Avengers movies, So it was cool in his own series. He was more laid back. He's more like a regular guy. So they're not the best, some of them, but it's cool that they got the space to tell these type of tales with the show setup.
Facts, I think. No, go ahead.
No, my bad.
You're good.
No, episode 4.
Yeah.
Great one.
Yeah, I thought Sam Jackson was really good. Really carried the episode. I thought the scene, that scene in the beginning with his wife was really like one of the best scenes I've seen in the series so far. But yeah. A lot of actions, a lot of motivations, and I don't know, places they took characters that I wasn't really completely understanding and stuff like that. But I don't know, some of the events in episode 4 moved kind of fast for me. I don't know.
Towards the end.
Spoilers I had for anybody, but I just thought like the whole like trying to kidnap the president all of a sudden was very rushed and. I don't know. I know they only got 6 episodes, but it felt like all of a sudden they're trying to hurry things up, But I don't know. You balanced that with the great drama that you had in the beginning. Like I said, I thought Homegirl, who played Sam Jackson's wife, who's secretly a Skrull. Fable, well, I know you weren't in the know, but they basically had a conversation at the beginning that related to one of their first dates. He's basically been with this woman since Avengers, since he put the Avengers together, more or less in the MCU storyline. And he's just found out that she's a Skrull, more or less. So it kind of it put that together in 2 unique ways. But I thought that was the best part of the series so far. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Like I don't know. It just feels meh. And I just feel like where the MCU's going with the writer's strike and everything. I don't know, man. Things are sputtering. I feel like right now.
That's why I think they're
to pull it back to Deadpool, I hope Deadpool's a big one for them because they're going to need it for sure.
I think they're going to experiment. This is a chance for them to also experiment their ideas of how they want to play with the mutants or the X-Men within the MCU with Deadpool 3. Like, there's a lot they can kind of like, that might be foreshadowing, or it's like they'll put it in there to see what kind of response it gets so they can use that going forward when they're doing their X-Men movies. And I think a lot of the problems with these shows is I honestly, deep in my heart, believe that a lot of these shows were scripts meant to be movies. As they're written to be movies, but they're retooling them to be shows, and it's messing the momentum and the pacing of these shows sometimes.
Yeah, I agree because I just started watching Phase 4 not too long ago, and I just finished up No Way Home. So I think I'm up to now Multiverse of Madness or Moon Knight. I'm up to Moon Knight. I gotta watch Moon Knight.
Nice, okay.
And everything that I've watched has been okay. Some glimpses of greatness, but mostly like filler. Like Lynk said, everything seems expanded to make things go along or to have content or whatever it is. So I'm feeling like I understand where Stu's coming from, where he feels like things are sputtering out. Yeah, the excitement level, it feels aimless and directionless. And also, they introduced so many concepts in this just Phase 4 multiverse. We
Right.
have horror, we have werewolves and shit. We've got
Facts.
no,
All of a sudden, Miss Marvel's a mutant. Like,
yeah,
what?
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, where are you going with all of this? You know what I mean? There's no aim. So, and now with the Kang thing, with homeboy that's in trouble for Kang, it's like really up in the air because a lot of that hinged on his character. They even had an Avengers movie called something Kang. I forgot what they called it, but
Kang Dynasty.
yeah,
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah. It's time for Doom. It's time for Doom.
I think they're gonna save him for Fantastic Four and work him
Yeah,
up
I
to
hope
be
it.
a bigger.
Yeah.
I hope he's menacing. But I agree with you, Faye. But I feel like also they don't give the TV shows like big meaty chunks to sink their teeth into. They don't give them big events or big deaths or like they kind of have to just I don't know, paddle on the water,
Play it safe.
so to speak. Yeah, exactly. They just kind of I don't know. They kind of just have to. It's kind of like busy work sometimes. So and it kind of feels like that where you don't really go anywhere in 6 episodes or I don't know, very hit and miss. So we'll see what happens. Superman castings, y'all got any thoughts on those? Nathan Fillion
I'm
as Guy
excited.
Gardner.
I think that's dope as hell. So in particular, I've seen
A
a
lot.
few people like, well, why is it not Hal Jordan? And it's like it's funny because Jeff Johns wrote a Booster Gold run like maybe around 2008, 2007, and within it he retconned it so that it was supposed to be Guy Gardner was always supposed to be the first Green Lantern, but some shit happened that Booster's trying to change, but he couldn't, and so it stopped Guy from being in the location he was supposed to be in, so the ring ended up going to hell. So I thought that was interesting. That I don't know if James Gunn has read that run by Jeff Johns, but I thought that was an interesting take that Guy Gardner, who's my personal favorite Green Lantern, is going to be the first Lantern out the gate.
Guy Gardner is your favorite Lantern?
You gotta read Green Lantern Corps by start with Dave Gibbons and Peter J. Tomasi. It's a great Guy Gardner in there. Yeah, he was a clown before that, man, but they made him an endearing asshole in the Green Lantern Corps run. He's got a lot of heart, bro.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
His character.
My favorite is
Far
Sector.
Who is it?
Far Sector, Joe Moline.
Sojourn.
But I'm not.
So,
yeah, Joe Moline. I'm not nearly as versed on the Green Lantern universe as you are, bro. So I defer to your. If Guy Gardner was like that before, then I trust you. Yeah. Guy nowadays he seems like the punching bag, man. He seems like the punching bag. Everybody sets him up for the jokes. Like I don't know.
Like I don't like Hal Jordan personally. I know that's like a lot of people's favorite. He's my least favorite Lantern, and I love the Jeff Johns running. That's so Hal Jordan centric and focused. It's crazy, but he's my least favorite Lantern. Like if you had to go between the 4 Musketeers, it'd be in last place. Going to first be Hal. Sometimes it battles between second and third because I love Kyle and John Stewart equally. John was a great Green Lantern in the Justice League cartoon. We all know that. And Kyle carried that shit on his back in the 90s when there were no other Green Lanterns. So got a lot of respect for those two. Hell's just kind of there for me. But Guy's got a lot of heart. So that's my ranking.
All right. I respect it, man. I respect it. That just caught me off guard. I was not ready.
It catches a lot of people off guard, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Nah, fair enough, man. John Stewart's always seemed like the coolest to me. And Kyle I love what Morrison did with Rayner. How he I don't know who brought the anime angle in with him and all that. Was that Morrison or was that somebody else? Or was that just always in his DNA?
That might have been like a collection, but I can definitely see Morrison kind of pushing that in the JLA back in the 90s when it wasn't too mainstream, like him slipping it in his run and stuff. But no, yeah, Kyle's super creative, so that's something he would create, like the whole mech robots and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's crazy. All right, I gotta say what's up to some people in the chat real quick. Phable, man, I don't know how you do this on Saturday, bro. This is got to keep up with it. What's up, Mike? What's up, my boy Serge, Sal, brother Joe, Spiderweb, Big Herm, Eric, Sheena, thank y'all for all. Boogie, thank all of y'all for coming through. Really appreciate y'all, man, as we're trying to get this thing off the ground, for coming through and spending time with us. All right, the only other news headlines I have for us to talk about is the new Thunderbolts lineup got announced, and it is not like that. It's gonna be, I guess this is an MCU alignment. It's gonna be written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, who I love. We just did the Captain America stuff and did Kang and are doing Guardians of the Galaxy right now. But all right, so we got Bucky and Madam Hydra as the leaders. Then we got the White and Black Widows. Sharon Carter, who's the new Destroyer. Red Guardian, U.S. Agent, and Shang-Chi. That's the fucking new Thunderbolts. So we got 4 spies and 3 super soldiers. I just don't see a lot of diversity and a lot of... The thing I loved about...
with the movie, bro.
The thing I loved about Warren Ellis's Thunderbolts, or just the Thunderbolts of old, was the diversity in characters and how, like, you had, remember when we had Venom, but it was Matt Gargan, and, like, it was just... The characters themselves were Radioactive, man. The characters themselves were really cool and just, like, kind of, aces in the hole. People you wouldn't expect. All of these are just, like, this is just...
Like who?
I don't like this at all.
Star-Lord, man.
Yeah, I don't know. This feels like lukewarm leftover.
The run, I'd read it just because of the creative team. I tried out, but the team, I have no interest in. Based off the creative team, I would check it out, though.
I agree, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know, man. The Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of going this way too, where they have the MCU lineup, and Lansing and Kelly are writing that. But I don't know. It's just weird. Fable, what do you think about it, bro? Anything you're interested in?
I don't really know much about the Thunderbolts, so anything for me is going to be whatever it is. If it's good, it's good. But I didn't know Lansing and Kelly were involved. I did read, I did actually catch up on Sentinel of Liberty and Symbol of Truth. So I'm pretty excited for that. That gets me excited. So I'm hoping, but me and Lynk had talked about this previously, and Lynk had said that, man, it's like a whole bunch of Captain America, what do you call it, wannabes archetypes, yeah. And it's like a team of those. That seems boring in itself.
Yeah.
So I understand.
I mean, it really is.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just call it Team Super Soldier and call it a day, damn it. Like,
seriously,
get that Thunderbolts shit out of here.
Not the Thunderbolts, because like I don't really see. I mean, I see some anti-heroes on that list, but I don't see any like straight up villains.
Shang-Chi though, U.S. Agent. These guys have definitely worked with the good guys before. Like Winter Soldier, he was Captain America at one point. Like, what are we? Even though I know he did lead a version of the Thunderbolts after he was Captain America, but it's just like, to me, the Thunderbolts have always been like Marvel's Suicide Squad, where it's like reformed villains or villains posing as heroes. It has the heavy aspect as villains. Villains. Like, some of these guys are just, they sound like agents, regular agents with no powers, from like Shield or Hydra.
It also might be because they're trying to pull the weirder characters or the more obscure ones from the universe they have created already, and this is what they could come up with, right? Like U.S. Agent. Like, they want to keep these guys around somehow and give them something to do. So maybe that's what this is all about. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still,
I don't know. These guys
doesn't take away from how boring it is. But
yeah. I don't know. Besides Shang-Chi, it's just like some of these guys just don't have much of a. Not many of these characters have much of a Marvel Comics presence. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they.
Now, I didn't know Shang-Chi was on the team. Now that you say that, it'd be interesting, and I wouldn't put it past them that if Shang-Chi cameoed in the Thunderbolts movie, since we haven't seen him in a minute, and people have been
for sure. I don't want that to go. I don't want that property to go anywhere. I hope that they definitely keep him around, because that was a good little film, and I feel like people say it's good, but that one got slept on. I feel like that was a solid movie.
Yeah, for Phase 4, it was definitely one of the more solid entries.
Yeah. Absolutely. Fable, what's been your favorite thing so far in Fable 4 watch? Has anything stood out?
Oh, in the Phase 4? Yeah, the best thing I've seen is Werewolf by Night. I thought that was really brilliant. I
Hell
thought
yeah, that was great.
I was
That
just
was
totally
great.
amazed by it, cinematography, just creativeness, and to find out
He's
that
bold.
the composer of the Batman is the director of it was just like mind blowing to me. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so
I enjoyed
cool.
Shang-Chi as well. I just think it's like a half hour too long. Shang-Chi,
Fair
there's like
enough.
a good
Yeah.
hour and 45-minute movie in there because there's some great action sequences in Shang-Chi. And I really do
Yeah,
like the guy they picked to play Shang-Chi. But, other than that, everything else has been, it's okay. It's all right. It's entertaining.
fair enough. Yeah, man, Werewolf by Night. I forgot about that one. That was such a banger. We need more like that. I don't know that Marvel Studios presentation or whatever sticker they slapped on that. They ought to just make that like a black label thing and run with it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, all right, comics and stuff. Anybody read Night Terrors?
No. I
No.
skipped on I skipped on Night Terrors, bro. I was like, I know there's some good creative teams involved, and I know there's some good art. Like Robbie talks about it on Pop Culture Philosophers, and he's been liking some of the stuff. But I just feel like this is the perfect time for me to save some money. I don't know what it is. Like I
Fact.
know I could
No,
just feel
preach
like I
on
could
that.
just skip
Preach
this
on that.
and be okay. And if I really want to, I could probably pick it up. Maybe even cheaper than what it is now. So that's my
Yeah.
feeling. I'm not saying nothing bad about it. It's just I'm not excited for it, and I just feel like it's the perfect time to just chill out on some DC books so I can save some cash.
I
Um,
completely agree with that. Especially when Robbie said what Moon Knight 25 is like $9.99 out here. Like the price
yeah,
of single books these days is no joke. So I'm
yeah.
not mad at that. I read Batman Night Terrors #1, and it ended with his greatest fear was turning into Joe Chill, which is which is
Interesting.
I don't know. That's intriguing enough, but like the whole get up to that moment was, it just I don't know. It didn't pull me into, and it's just like man, the amount of characters they like Zatanna and they pull from everybody. I don't know. The one that does look interesting to me is Philip Kennedy Johnson's doing a horror like a cyborg Superman is hunting I forget who, but like a horror action comics one. That kind of seemed like a cool idea.
Sounds
Just
dope.
because of the
Yeah.
what he's doing with Hulk already, I kind of like where he's going with the horror vibe. So I don't know,
Yeah.
just to see him do something that like inspired by that. But yeah, man, I don't know. It just seems uninspired. The whole thing seems to have a lot of similarities to Dark Crisis. I don't know. It just and shout out to Nick.
That was
I
fun.
was watching Nick's video. I think it was this week. Nick Comic Culture. He said this is like, why isn't this going on during Halloween? It just seems like a
Yeah.
weird ass event to throw out in
No
like the
doubt.
middle of the and then like the middle of the or the beginning of the summer or whatever. Yeah, I thought that was
I
a very
mean,
good.
in their defense, Blackest Night did come out as a summer event, but this writer is not Jeff
Okay,
Johns,
fair
and they
enough.
had been setting Blackest Night up for years.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot that went into that. But
fair
Yeah, yeah. And this
enough.
this seems like it came out of nowhere too. Like it's just like it even feels like hey, we're pausing all our other books because we need to like create stories over there. So
create
we're
some
gonna give
ideas.
we're gonna give you this quick event
Here's this. Yeah.
that's gonna take over our lineup for a month. Enjoy. We'll be back.
Uh, yeah, I don't know where it came from. Like if they're, I don't know. I feel like but Williamson's been their guy. I feel like they kind of let him do what he wants because
Yeah.
he kind of stepped up and was that main guy when everything else was kind of falling around. I love what Mark Wade's doing over there right now, though. Like I just read the World's Finest Teen Titans was pretty solid. Like the new Shazam he's on is good. The World's Finest regular title he's been on is killer. Like he's just had a great DC renaissance there. It's been
I
dope
yeah,
to
this
read
might be a
him.
hot take, but I prefer Mark Waid when he's writing DC stuff. Like he can write for both of the big two, but I think he's more in his comfort zone or some. There's something about the DC stuff that I think is more suiting for Mark Waid.
Yeah,
But he's done some
yeah.
great Marvel stuff too. Don't get me wrong.
Nah, but you can tell that just like that golden age, silver age love just freaking it bleeds out every pore in him. He's just I don't know. It's really really impressive that he can write with that type of fire. I don't know, and he's
Nice,
remarkably well versed for modern technology for an older gent. I gotta say, like some of the tech he had going on in that Teen Titans book I was like, all right, Mark knows what's happening.
The man stays up to date.
I don't know. A lot of my favorite books this past week were indie books. Hairball, I finished that one up. Matt Kent's new book. That book has been fun as hell to read. About like basically a demon protective god that's trapped inside a cat, more or less, and this one woman's lifetime of experiences with it. I don't know her journey with it. That's
Sounds
just
like
been a
an
wild
anime.
ride. It's been 4 issues. It's been crazy, man. It's been fun though. It's been really well done.
It's called Hairball.
Hairball. Just
Okay.
after because every issue has like a creepy cat on the cover, but it's been really well done. The art is a little different. It's a little bit different than what I usually like, but I thought the story was really well written. I don't know. Matt Kent's doing some interesting stuff right now, so I'm interested to see what he's got going on. I don't know. What did y'all read anything? What have y'all been reading? Old stuff, new stuff? Anything good?
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't read. I've slacked on my new reading. I'm still trying to get back into the weekly grind, but I've never read nothing new. I don't even think I read anything new last week, to be honest. But I have been rereading new X-Men for like the millionth time. So, and that, it's always fun. I just.
Oh yeah. Just been catching up on the backlog myself. Caught up on Daredevil. Caught up on
Nice.
ASM, Strange Academy.
Oh man, I love Strange Academy.
Yeah, Strange Academy ended really good.
Is that ending?
Whatever.
It's been done.
You know they're gonna do.
Okay.
You know they're gonna do another #1 Strange Academy something. And a few minis. Catching up on a few of those. Like Silver Surfer Ghostlight, and what was this one?
Ghostlight's been good. I like Ghostlight.
Yeah.
Ghostlight.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's got like a tie-in to like Silver Surfer #5 or something. That character. That's been a pretty interesting read.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Ghostlight sounds cool. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like edgy, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Is that a character's name?
Do what?
Yeah.
What?
Ghostlight? Is that a new character's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like it is and it isn't. Like this character appeared in like Silver Surfer #5. Like Surfer crashed to Earth, and he's a black dude, and Surfer's like, it was like one of those Stan Lee. I'm going to use this to display like the differences in, white versus black culture, and this black guy's going to reach out across, even though because he's been used to being ostracized from society and excluded and things like that. So he had this moment where really cool moment where he helped Surfer and said, I've been through that in my life or whatever, but I don't know. He used that character from like issue #5 and turned it into a whole nother thing where he got contained by this cosmic power and brought back to life and this whole deal. But I don't know. I'm not doing it any sort of justice at all in explaining it. I'm really not.
Comic books.
It is, but yeah, he's basically, and now he has this immense cosmic power contained within him. Surfer's trying to help him. The Beyonder has a hand in it. He has a big role to play. So if you like Surfer, any kind of Surfer really, it'd be a good book to check out. I thought it was cool without having to do the homework. I mean, without even knowing the history of it.
Oh shit! Phone down, guys. What is it?
I don't know.
I've not read too much Silver Surfer. Honestly, I could probably count on my hands. There's one series.
I don't think he's a very widely read dude, for real. I used to read him a lot as a kid, to be honest, in the 90s, like the Adam Warlock days and all that. I was heavy into him. Yeah. But, I haven't read much since then.
Requiem, I think that's the name. There's like a Marvel
Yeah.
Knights series, Silver Surfer
That
Requiem.
that one.
I got that just because it was Assad Ribic and Straczynski, so I was like, I
Dude,
know those
that
guys, but
Yeah.
that story is incredible, and the art in
They
that
haven't,
story is like
they haven't done anything since Black, man. Donny Cates' Silver Surfer
Silver
wow,
Surfer
Black.
Black, yeah.
That's
wow,
like,
wow. Yeah, you're
3-4
probably
years
that's
ago,
probably
and they were
that's
going somewhere with the
crazy.
whole Silver Surfer Black thing, which they never realized.
I think
Yeah,
they did. I
yeah.
think they did like didn't they do a Silver Surfer Rebirth with like Ron Lim? Ron Lim did one or something like that with like a '90s reboot or something. But I don't know.
I
It's been
think I remember hearing something like that.
Rebirth, where it's like
they're
takes place
doing one
in the
now with
Harlem
like
days. Yeah.
yeah they're doing one now with Adam Warlock I think. But yeah, Silver Surfer Black was cool. People hate on that, but I like his. You gotta.
Really?
I don't.
I love
Yeah,
it.
There's
people
several.
hate
I
on
didn't.
people hate on
Wow.
Fred Moore's art. I think his art, like you either love his art or you don't.
Yeah.
I feel like
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Sure.
I like the trippiness
Yeah.
of it, though. You know the.
And they're right. I still got to read that Doctor Strange story. I haven't read that Fall Sunrise one that
Fallen
he did.
Sun. Yeah, I gotta read that one
I
too.
haven't read
I
that
think
one.
that's a good character for his art style though.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
for a Doctor Strange
Strange.
story, I think that's a great artist to have. So, I don't know. I haven't read that one yet. What else did I read? Sons of Salt and Sea. If y'all haven't, Sins of Salt and Sea. If y'all haven't picked that one up, it's out by AWA. I forget who writes it. God forgive me. That is a great book. It's 2 issues in, about this brother who's helping out his other brother do a heist job that goes horribly wrong. They ended up picking up this wife and her daughter and have to deal with basically a kidnapping situation. And he's got to protect these 2 women from, the forces that are trying to hunt her down. I highly recommend that book. It's 2 issues, and I think.
Who's the creative?
Do what now?
The creative team?
Boom! There it is. Who wrote it? Fable?
Ed
Is it
Brisson.
Brisson? Ed Brisson.
Brisson.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great book.
Who's the
man.
artist?
C.P. Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Art's really cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great book. Yeah, one of my favorites. And then Clobbering Time just finished up. I haven't shut up about that book on Instagram. Steve Scroce, the things like 2-in-1 Cosmic Adventure, featuring Wolverine, Doctor Strange. It's been incredible. He's wrote, drawn. Anytime a guy writes, draws, letters, everything, like Cliff Chang did with that Catwoman book, I'm always trying to check that out because I think those are artistic achievements that deserve all our respect and attention and money. So, yeah, I highly recommend you guys check that out. It'll be out in trade soon enough. You don't want to get the individuals. I think it only ended up being 4 or 5 issues, but yeah, that book was great. One of my favorites of the year so far. Books this week, Moon Knight, even though it's $10. I guess I want to buy one of those. I don't know, man. That's crazy. That I haven't been to my LCS yet, but that really broke my heart when I heard Robbie say that on it. That's whack. For a number 25, I know we got Frank Miller variants and shit, but Jesus Christ. I don't know.
There's nothing that justifies that price point at all.
Yeah,
There's
for real. No, I think Jeff Lemire's got. I think his book of the week was Jeff Lemire's got a new book out called Fish Flies, and that's like $8.99. But it's magazine size and like 60 pages. You're getting bang for your buck.
It's worth it. Great.
I feel like if you're gonna charge that, at least give me pages or something other than a bunch of cool variant covers. I just feel like that's
but even at $10, even if they give you that many pages, are they going to put solid creative teams? Because, they could give you mad pages of a bunch of, rookies that they have in their staple, which they do. That's what they do with these books. A lot of these anthologies, one shot that they put out, it's just a bunch of new people that they got working on stuff that they're just trying to workshop through the system. Here, we got this anthology, work on this. So even at $10, even with the pages, it might not be worth it. They gotta bring it down a little.
No, it's true.
Yeah, man. You really gotta start having to ask yourself some tough questions as a collector. I mean, and it's like, I don't know. You just feel kind of taken advantage of because it's like they just jump on a number 25 like that. Just because they know they can get you. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
$10. Look, this is unheard of.
Doom Patrol. That's been a great series. Highly recommend you guys check that one out. Got a new issue out this week. Loki by Dan Waters. I haven't read too much Dan Waters, but I hear great things. What did he write recently? The Azrael series. What else, Phable?
That Arkham Asylum.
Oh yeah. How did y'all like that one, Link? Was that good?
I enjoyed Homesick Pilots. I never finished it. I read how many? I think what was it, like 3 arcs, 4 arcs?
Yeah, it's like 15 issues. Yeah, something like that.
I read like the first 2 arcs. I didn't read the last arc, but it was cool for, it was different. It was solid. Kind of gave me like fucked up Paper Girl vibes in a sense.
Sure.
And what was the other one we were talking about? Oh, Arkham. The Arkham book was decent. I liked Homesick Pilots better than the Arkham book.
Okay. I got like the first arc of like Homesick Pilots, but I've never gone through it. I like Loki number 1 was excellent though. A really strong start. So I'm excited to see where he goes with it. And then Planet of the Apes,
I kind of.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say with Dan Waters. Like he did write the even though it was a failed adaptation, the live action Netflix Cowboy Bebop series. He wrote a comic book for Titan based on that. So I respect him for that. Yeah. I haven't read too much from him, but I know he wrote that, so I always check something out he did.
I've heard, like I said, I've heard really great things about him. I know he's got a strong fan base out there, so we'll see. And then Planet of the Apes by David Walker. I've been liking that one so far. Yeah. It's been a slow burn. Yeah, not on like a whole lot of people's lists. But I've been really liking that one. I hate the ugly shit.
You guys read Predator?
Yeah, I like all
Okay. Okay. Alien, I was gonna say I've been liking Predator.
Yeah, I'm digging all 3. Really, to be honest with you.
I like
Predator's probably.
I like what they did with. I like the first Predator, but not the newer Predator.
The art could be. I think it's the art that is like the biggest draw for the second Predator, but the idea is cool because it's like the comic series is taking elements, or so far it seems like they're taking elements from all the different Predator movies and making it into one cohesive story. And I'm a big fan of the Predators movie, which was written by Robert Rodriguez, came out 2010. Great cast, underrated flick. But this arc is like based off of that movie where the whole planet is a preserve that the Predators just hunt on, and all the assassins and everybody, they're just game for them to hunt down. Right. But if they had a better artist, the artist is, because they went from Kev Walker, if you like Kev Walker, I enjoy Kev Walker. I know some people don't, but he's a name. But this new artist, I've never heard of. They went with like Phable said, they were pulling a new artist, just throwing them on a series, seeing how they do, since it's not that big of a series, but it's something they can kind of, let them get away with. But if they would have had a bigger name on it, I think that would have worked better for the series.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. The Planet of the Apes has been a real enjoyable ride to me. I think he's been on a real good job building this, the situation that the world's in, and it's a very believable type of pandemic he's got a simian flu going around, and the humans want to kill all the apes, and or there's factions of humans that want to kill all the apes, and there's other factions of humans that want to protect them. And you can kind of see where that's going to go. But I think I don't like what they're doing with the covers of these books where they put the 20th Century Fox logo on it, and they got the big purple stripe down the side. I feel like that messes with the cover artwork on some of them. Right. I don't know. It's just like a black eye to me. But I don't know. Yeah, that's been a good one. So I don't know. Those are like some of the books I'm looking forward to this week. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens moving forward with some of those. Sorry, guys, just lost my place.
No, you're
all right.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on. All right. So I first wanted to talk. I got my back issue banger just to put us in the right context. Final Crisis kicks off. This is July 2008. This is the same month that Carter 3 dropped. So
And
So I
Iron
thought
Man.
this was a hell of a point in time for both comics and hip hop for sure. But
My bad, not to interrupt, but is
no,
the
you're
cover
good.
date July 2008?
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay, all right. So it was probably like man, I get confused with because it's like what if the cover says like July, it would be like it came out in May or some
Oh
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I know
yeah,
something
yeah.
weird like that.
No, you're right. Yeah,
No, no,
I saw the
no.
cover and was putting it together with the album. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. Um,
No, I wasn't trying to correct you. I just because I
no, you're
realized that you had
good,
said July
Tro.
2008, and I was like, oh, Iron Man came out in July, but I know Iron Man came out in May, so I was just making sure it was on the right
No,
wavelength.
you're good, brother. Oh, Iron Man was May. Oh, that was 2008, wasn't it? Damn, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that was.
2008 was
Wow.
Dark Knight,
Wow,
baby.
yeah,
That
I
did
was
come
about
out
to say.
July 2008.
Oh, wow. Dark Knight, too? Look at you with
Yeah.
extra info.
July 18th. I remember this. Yeah, fun facts galore, baby.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
I saw it like twice in the same week. I remember I was like, man, I've never seen a movie like this, and
Yeah,
it was good times.
sure. Absolutely, man. You can't go wrong there. Man, that was a game changer. The pencil trick. Everybody was talking about the pencil trick when it first came out, right? Yeah, what a moment in time. But yeah, all right. So Wayne, I just want to talk about one of the greatest to ever do it. Some of my fondest memories are tied into Wayne music from that time and that era. I don't think anybody can say that's not a fact. I mean, whether it was being unable to escape the thudding bass of a Millie or you know the annoying chorus to Mrs. Officer, or whatever it may have been. I think Wayne had a place and a time in everybody's life in the mid 2000s, and I just wanted to
Oh
share
yeah.
and talk about some of y'all's favorite Wayne moments and Wayne tracks. Um, I don't know. For me, Wayne was just kind of affiliated with the. I think when I first really started to notice him, I mean, I think Go DJ was a big one, but like when I first really started to notice him being a force to be reckoned with the rapping, I guess it was the Dedication mixtape in 2005. But I didn't really come to know him until Dedication 2, 2007, and I think the Carter 2 was his big coming out party to the world. I think Carter 2 was like, I mean was that was the big one. I think because studio albums you can't really deny. Mixtapes you can miss or come back to later. Studio albums are out there. They're unmistakable. So yeah, I don't know. What are some of y'all? I don't know. Just some of y'all's favorite Wayne albums, Wayne songs. Anything that comes to mind?
Our Wayne
Anything that y'all?
origins.
Yeah.
Um, I was aware of Wayne with what was it I need a hot boy. Like what was the hot boys they were called the hot boys
Hot
themselves?
boy.
I wasn't like listening to them crazy, but I knew of them. But for me, when I started taking note of Wayne was probably well, I got an interesting question for you guys after this, but it's probably like because me personally, I think like you said, the Carter 2 is like was him coming out like the birth of the Wayne we know now. But the Carter 1 is very like hot boy sounding. It's not too dissimilar from shit he was doing around that time. Like it doesn't really fit the Carters to me the what they're known for. Kind of started with 2, like. But yeah, I started taking note of him. It probably 2004, 2005, but it was like right. It was like so I heard "I Me." That was a song I heard where I was like, oh shit. Because I heard people talking about Wayne, and I knew Wayne had a buzz, but for me in particular, when I started to really take a really big liking to Wayne, was I'm Me. I was like, that shit was cold.
Yeah.
But we, with that being said, do you guys prefer? What's your favorite like era of Wayne? Like I like the build up from like 2004 to the Carter 8, as opposed from like the Carter 8 going forward where he's already established. Like that, during those 4 years, anything he did was he had the Midas touch. That he could do no wrong. So and as opposed to like even when after the Carter 3 came out, he was still putting out bangers, still doing stuff,
But it
but
wasn't just.
it
my
Yeah,
my
yeah,
my favorite period is that's why I chose to highlight is the '05 to '08, like that build up. He had that excitement you had when just like the drought 3 when he was getting on. Like, do y'all remember what he did to that Mike Jones song on the drought 3? The sky's the limit. Like
Yeah.
he just made those songs. Like, I mean, that song, he made that song into something immortal to me. I mean, that's not even a mixtape song to me. That's just a great song. So, I think it was definitely that period from 2005 to 2008. I think the 2008 was great, and I mean, the Carter 3 was great, and that was his moment. I think when his fame was really kind of at its peak, and everybody
yeah.
was on that Wayne train. But I feel like after that, it kind of, I remember Carter 4 kind of felt like less of a thing, and then the man that he was on, like where you saw him on, I wish I could share clips on here because I do it all day, but like I still remember like that Rap City clip he had where he had that acapella freestyle. Like there were just like moments where there was just so many moments where I think the Cannon remix was the first verse for me where I heard him on Dedication 2, where I was just like, I think I heard that in the back. I think I can remember where I was in the backseat of my friend's car and like where we were on the road and in my hometown driving around. That's what I'm saying. That music is tied to me. I don't know, Fable. How about you? Like what period?
Well,
What
Wayne,
era Wayne for you?
Wayne, like Wayne has always been big out here since he was a little kid. Out here, I don't know how it was. You're saying 2005, but it's like we've been familiar with that kid for a long time because when Juvenile hit with 400 Degrees, the high song, that was like a big hit out here in New York, and it kind of put us on to the Hot Boys. And immediately, I'm probably listening to the Hot Boys album. The Block is Hot. Bling Bling. Do you remember that song?
500 degrees.
Bling Bling.
Yeah,
Anytime I
bling. Yeah.
bling bling.
City, bling,
That
bling,
yeah,
bling. Thank you right now.
that was huge in my neighborhood, and at that time when that record came out, and all the Cash Money stuff was really hot out here at that time because they had those like really bootleg looking CD covers and stuff, like these really photoshopped looking
Oh, yeah, that shit
album
was big in
covers.
Detroit, bro.
Yeah, so we were big into all of that. So Wayne has always kind of been a star out here. Um, and we
That's sick.
followed him through him kind of leaving because Cash Money kind of broke down. Everybody had problems with the labels, and Wayne was like sort of a free agent for a minute there. And Jay-Z, there was talks of Jay-Z signing Wayne, and Wayne was doing songs with Dipset, so he would be in Harlem at soon after that. And to me, that's
And the
when he
Jewels.
started cooking. That's whatever tapes or whatever he was doing around that time when he was messing with Cameron and Dipset. That's and Fat Joe with
Yeah.
what was the song?
Make it rain.
Make It Rain
I
and
make it right. I make it right.
Suck
So
It or
that was like
Not.
'06, wasn't it?
The We Taking Over
Yeah,
remix and all that.
yeah, that era is when he started really getting national, right? But like we always respected him as an MC over here because you know how New York is, right? Like we're like, oh, we're the best.
Yeah,
We're the best in hip
yeah.
hop. We're the best rappers. You know what I mean? So when we accepted Wayne, it was like a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Wayne is
Yeah, because
just as nice as
there's not many
Nas,
other Southern
So
just
MCs
as
are
nice
not
as
many other Southern MCs
Jay-Z.
are getting that respect in New
Yeah,
York, are they?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's what I'm trying to
so you
say.
think the Carter 1 is the same caliber as like the Carter 2, Carter 3 though?
No.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
whenever he dropped Lollipop, I don't know which Carter that was or what album that was, but whatever
That was
what
leading up
Lollipop,
song?
to Carter 3.
What
That
song?
was '07. Lollipop, Carter
Lollipop.
3. That was on Carter 3. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever he dropped Lollipop, that was it. That was the bomb. That
Yeah,
video
that
went
was
viral.
that
He
was the
went
biggest
That, yeah,
single he
viral, and
yeah.
had.
everything after that was just like he was an international superstar. You know what I mean? Like he was a local
Yeah,
superstar with the Hot Boys. Then he became a national star
Right.
when he dropped whatever Carter 1, Carter 2, messing with the New York guys, and then third phase, Young Money, and all that shit, and became a superstar. Lollipop, Young Money, Drake, just out of here. You know what I mean? Um, But I like
Yeah, it's really
that
crazy
era,
too because we.
is that era. It's the Lollipop Young Money era. Like, because he refined his sound, his rap style. Like, he had
And
Drake
then
around him too, and he took a little bit of influence from
Yeah.
Drake. You could see it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
And they
Oh yeah.
influenced each other. So, but it was a great era for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it was, and like, bro, they had it on such a lock. Yeah, New York liked him so much they locked his ass up in Rikers. You remember that in 2000? And so for the weapons charge, but dude, that's how much of a luck he had it because he went in, and then Drake took over because that was 2006 or 7 or something like that. But when he was in, that's when Drake's meteoric rise started happening, and then he came
I
out,
think
and
that was like
they were both
yeah.
like crazy. I remember he was like, I remember he did a remix verse for Light Up over the phone, and Drake put it on Ustream. Y'all remember Ustream? Drake debuted it live on Ustream, and it's like one of those. It was back in the day where you like see the image every 15 seconds, so it's like mad glitchy, and you can barely. But Wayne's verse on that was crazy. Like that's how you knew he was gonna. Man, nothing was gonna change. Like I remember hearing that verse, and I was like, man, this man's rapping like this in jail. There's a great interview where Missy's interviewing him, asking him about that verse and how it came to be. And he said that like all the all the guards would quiet down the other prisoners for him when they knew it was when he was stopped to record or something like that. Because I guess he was still trying to record things over the phone, and he did. But yeah, I don't know. That was one of those ultimate Wayne moments for me. I remember hearing that and being like, man, this dude's in jail, like still cooking up hot fire. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Phable, man. I think that's a great timeline of his success because it was like, and he really did hit another gear, Link. I think you said it right. I think like at a certain point it was just like his sound changed, his style changed for whatever reason you want to say that is. But man, the Carter 3 was no joke. Lollipop, Carter 3 sold 1 million plus in the first week, and that hadn't been done since 2005 when 50 did it with the Massacre. So, I still think he had the highest selling album that year.
Plus,
crazy.
He was bringing a lot to the table visually also. Like, you know what I mean? He was bringing skater culture to the forefront. He was bringing certain fashion elements. The tattoos on the face, you really didn't see that much. You know what I mean? A lot of people, he caught a lot of flack for the stuff that looks normal on him now.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
yeah.
Why he got all them tattoos on his face though? Like, is he a weirdo or something? Like, why?
No, but he's a trendsetter. Like even with the auto tune, bro. Like
yeah, absolutely.
T-Pain started the shit, of course, but it was like debatably it was Kanye and Wayne who kind of made the shit cool for everyone else to start using.
And the way
because once they started doing auto tune,
it's not being used in the way it's not still being used in the way that T-Pain used it. It's still being the way like Wayne used it for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. That whole sound, that whole and
I think all of
for better or worse, he definitely made drug school for unfortunately.
all the young rappers of today, for me, they all influenced by Wayne. They all have the tattoos and the dreads and the skater culture. The clothes are tight. I mean, because when Wayne was a kid, he used to wear like 5X. His pants used to
you guys remember tall
rugged.
tees, bro?
Yeah.
Tall tee, yeah, bro.
His shirts used to be down to his ankles. And then all of a sudden he went tight, like he went real tight with it, and everybody followed.
Bro, he was wearing spandex at certain points. Yeah. And he would sag it too, which was always peculiar. It'd be like, bro, they're tight as hell. Why are you sagging your pants?
Jim Jones had brought that rock and roll style to the game with the chain and the skull.
The vamp pit.
People forget about the Dipset movement, bro.
Hanging out with them at that particular time. Yep. Well, there was a time when Cameron was bigger than Wayne, if you could believe it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
There was a time like that. And Wayne was up here in Harlem hanging out with those dudes when he was in that low period where he wasn't down with
that bird call. The bird
Jim Jones might have been the first person I've seen wear skinny jeans before they were cool, to be honest.
Yes, it's a big influence on him.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
If you listen, he'll tell you that. And he took it to Miami. When he took it to Miami, re-signed with Cash Money, took it to Miami, made Young Money. He just took it and went to space with it. You know what I'm saying? He did his own thing.
Yeah, I'm still mad at the fact that that man got pretty much his whole career shut down for in the middle of the not at the peak of his hotness, but he was still
He still had
plenty
momentum
hot.
going.
Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was so dirty how he got done. But all right, anyway, I just looking at other rap albums in July 2008 when that Final Crisis came out and Carter 3 came out. Around that era, I guess the other albums of note that year, Trilla by Rick Ross, which had The Boss. Y'all remember that song with T-Pain?
Oh yeah.
On it.
Yeah.
We also found out Rick Ross was a CO in 2008.
Thanks to 50 Cent, bro. Doing the Lord's work.
Man, that picture is still that picture of him and Blake. You like 50 Cent? I love 50. Dude.
Oh yeah.
50
bro.
50 is great for TV, man. He's exactly what you want, dude. 50 has a second career as a wrestler if he ever wants it, bro. He'd be perfect for it.
He can start that drama, bro.
He understands the game. A troll extraordinaire. There's a dark part of my soul that always has love and time for a troll extraordinaire. I don't know when you're on that level, when you're that good. Speaking of 50, he made #1 on Forbes 2008 Hip Hop Cash Kings. Jay-Z is at number 2, Diddy at number 3, and Kanye at number 4. So I'm sure that's.
This is in 08. That's kind of why I didn't know Kanye was that high up there in 08.
Jay-Z earlier that year, Jay-Z had signed his $150 million mega deal with Live Nation. So I guess he was about to really start amassing. I guess that's for about the next 10 years, or I guess he's still going. Wayne got 8 Grammy nominations. He won 3. He won album of the year. Lollipop was best rap song, and A Milli was best rap solo performance. What else happened?
808s and Heartbreak came out at the tail end of that year.
And Heartbreak came out in December. Paper Trail, my favorite T.I. album. Yeah.
What was it? See You My Nightmare.
Yeah, See You My Nightmare. He's got some wild ass lines in that one. Game had LAX.
That was actually a pretty good Game album, bro.
I didn't listen to that because that was his third album, right? Because his second one was I listened to the second one, but not the third one.
It was decent. It was because Jeezy came out with the Recession that year.
Yeah.
It was a good year for albums, bro.
Jeezy had the Recession in September. We had Untitled by Nas in April. Q-Tip had the Renaissance in November, which is a really great slept-on album. And those were, I guess, the most notable of the year. So yeah, we had a couple. Paper Trail by T.I. is a classic, I think, for me. That's one of T.I.'s best albums. Yeah. All right. What else? I don't know. I don't really have much else. You guys got anything else you wanna? I got a couple thank yous before we get out of here, but.
No. Speak on Wayne. It was cool. I was glad we chose this because it is a significant era in hip hop. Just in terms of the sound changing overall, and just Wayne's growth in it. Because when I look back, I was 4 years doesn't seem like too much now, but he did a lot in 4 years from the Carter 2 to Carter 3 to solidify. You gotta respect that level of work, bro.
Artist of his kind, in a sense that he's a GOAT before he's 40. That is incredible. There's nobody on this rap game that could say that. The kid, and we could say that 10 years ago. That's the crazier part of it, too. We could have said that and he was in his 30s. It's he's already a GOAT. You could have already retired. He's been doing it since he was 14 years old, 15 years old. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up?
Amazing.
No, fact. Like you said, your girl got my name tattooed on her, and your boy's still living. You know what I mean?
And not to mention, he gave us arguably the king and queen of hip hop today, because Nicki Minaj is probably the most successful real male artist of all time, and Drake is probably the most successful rapper of all time in terms of spins and money and stuff like that. So,
Like
That's
think of back
a
how
great
exciting
point,
that
dude.
was in that period, bro. He came out with the Carter Three. Like Wayne was already at his peak, and then he comes out and pushes out two of the biggest artists, modern artists that like that. No, I don't think anyone's really done anything like that since. Like created such a momentum in terms of like being successful and changing things, and
who by
putting
the
other artists
way,
on.
constantly give praise to him, which lets you know his character. These people
Right.
who probably surpassed him. Let's be real, in terms of
Yeah.
sales and things like that. They are always paying respect to Wayne. So that tells you a lot about him as a man as well. You know what I mean? He's definitely
That's
Yeah.
facts too. Yeah, they really are. Like Drake has gone, I think, out of his way time and time again to like try to make sure that man gets his props and gets all his flowers. So that's a very good point. Yeah, man, I don't know. I just miss like that energy and that feeling, like knowing that a new Wayne song or feature had come out, and just get that anticipation and listening to it. Just knowing that like he was on something new, the frequency with which he came out with new music. You were always on waiting something new, waiting on the
It was an
new,
exciting era.
and you always knew it was going to be good. I mean, I just don't feel like
Right.
we have that same type of relationship with artists anymore, where um, I don't know. It endeared you to Wayne in ways that I can't really explain, but I don't know. You were always waiting on the guy's next move, and I feel like artists don't work that hard anymore, and B just don't put out that quality of work, with that volume. I think like you could.
I agree.
I mean, even some of his stuff that is, you know, I don't know. Even sometimes when he raps the alphabet, he just has a great way of doing it. So there's songs where he just straight up raps the alphabet. I don't know. He always finds something creative and fun, and like I feel like you can always find a bar in any Wayne verse
I
that'll
remember
you know.
there was a mixtape that dropped. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I forgot what it was. I had downloaded it to listen to it, and I'm listening to the tape now. The beats were okay or whatever. There wasn't really much like song structures. It was just really like a lyrical exercise for him. It's just him rapping sorta, but he's rapping on
Right.
this tape, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, kid, save something for the album. All this freaking like all these punchlines and bars. It was just like so many, one after the other. And I'm like, this is just your little bullshit mixtape. Like, hold
Right.
on. You don't
Yeah,
have
He
to
took
do
other
this.
people's songs and made them better versions of their songs. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. Like I remember when he came out with "Sorry for the Wait." That was in
I think
2011,
that
and I
might have been
remember.
it. That might have been it too. No, it wasn't Sorry
Yeah,
for the Wait. It was, but Sorry for the Wait was dope.
yeah, but I remember driving to work and punching the steering wheel. I think I was on that Miguel song. He got on that Miguel song. I forget the original name of it. But dude, I was just like, because that was like 2011, and there had kind of been a lull where you didn't know where he was at. And man, he came out with that. I was like, this man is not lost step. I just remember, like I said, like before, I can remember exactly where I was at, on the road, and just that movement, man. I'm so grateful to the dude for moments like that, like time and time again. I don't know, that was special. Then that was a special. It was like
yeah.
Christmas moments every day that summer. I mean, it was a special time. So I don't know.
Well said.
I miss artists going that hard for their fans. And like you said, man, his ability as an A&R to find talent like to Drake and Nicki and put them in the right situations.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
that's just, a goat before he was 40. Like that's crazy. He accomplished things people would never accomplish in their career in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So
And he's super
major
young.
respect.
He's still like super
Yeah.
young. He could become an actor right now and be good at being an actor. He could become a commentator or something. Come out with a YouTube channel. Who knows? He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He's still young enough to do it all,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I caught him and 2 Chainz on Sports Center or something one time. They were hilarious, man. He could definitely have like a sports commentary show or something if he wanted to. I think he knows the shit too when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
He's a big sports fan, so
I
yeah,
could imagine that. I'd watch that.
yeah. All right, fellas. Well, if that's it, I'm going to go ahead and say my thank yous, and then we'll wrap it up. Phable, thank you for joining us tonight, man. I appreciate y'all bearing with me. Still trying to get the structure of this thing down. So thank y'all for
Great.
It went good, brother.
Everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for coming through. Really appreciate y'all tonight. I just want to say special thank you to Shout for Comics, the homie hooked Link up with Sinestro Avatar.
That was super dope.
Dude hit me up in the messages after the first episode, reached out with the idea to include Link. I just can't. I mean, guy's awesome, man. This community is full of so many incredible people. I just want to say a thank you to him for taking the initiative and the time to do that. I want to say a big thank you to Nick. Nick Comic Culture has been super helpful in answering some of my YouTube questions and just, helping share my thing and trying to get people over there. I appreciate you, Nick, for everything you've done. At John's Comics with Kids, always supporting and showing love to me. John, thank you for everything you've done. And to you two guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Phable, you've shown me love since I showed up, bro. And Link, you've done the same, man, for real. I really appreciate y'all, brothers from another, and enjoyed hanging out with y'all, man. I'd love to do it every week. So, if y'all got anything y'all want to say before we get out of here, take it away. Anything you want to plug? Fable, you want to plug the show?
Well, we got Dylan's Horror Show coming up this Saturday. We're watching my brother Link. His birthday. His birthday pick was Dead Snow 2. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but go check it out. It's a fun one. I think if you just like, crazy action horror movies, you definitely, it's a quirky one. You definitely be into this one. So check us out, Dylan's Horror Show, or Steph's pick, Dead Snow 2. We might have a show this weekend. We might not. I'm not sure. But if we do, I'm hoping to invite these gentlemen from Supreme Clientele to join me. Hopefully they're free. So guys, be on the lookout, and you gentlemen also, your DMs, just in case it's last minute. So I'll be hitting y'all up. And of course, everybody in the BCP Army, man. Nick, you mentioned Nick. That's my co-host on Blame Phable. Love that guy. Of course, Brother Joe is also on that show. Missing Link has been a part of that show since almost the beginning. So, I just hope you know, Stu, he is on loan to you. He's still under contract for Blame Phable. Okay, I got a iPad contract on him. But, you show me so much love.
I don't want no problems.
You show me
I don't want no
so
problems.
much love. I was like, yo, Link, you got to do that, bro. You got to go do that with
I appreciate that loan, bro. I appreciate it.
Nah, I'm just playing, man.
Let's work it out.
This was awesome. You guys doing an awesome show. I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm going to try to come hang out with you guys as much as possible if you guys are having
bro. We love to have you every Wednesday. For real. You got an open invite. Whenever you want.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you, man, for having me on this thing. It's awesome.
Link, you would say anything to people?
What Phable said, pretty much, long story short. But no, this was a blast. Another great episode. Even though we're only 2 episodes in, this has been really fun. And I think this is going to become a great little thing in the future. So I'm glad you guys are here.
Thanks for getting there. I appreciate. Sorry for the awkward pauses and delays, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to think on my feet sometimes, and I'm getting old, man. So yeah.
No, yeah, you're fine, brother. Yeah, you're fine.
All right. Well, we will see y'all next week. Are y'all good for next week? If not, let me know. But otherwise, see y'all next week at 9. Thank you guys for coming out. Everybody in the chat and who joined us. Love y'all. See y'all next weekend. Y'all be easy. Peace.